Hello and welcome to another live chat. It caught me off guard. I knew it was coming, but it got me a second off. How are you all? Can you hear me and can you see me? That is the most important question of today. Yes, we are here for our fortnightly live chats. Did you see me on Instagram and Facebook? Did anybody see that come through on the notifications? I was organized today, and I know why I can't see comments because my thing's set to the wrong thing. There we go. There you all are. I feel like you're in the room now. I had it set to private chat, and I'm like, where's everybody? On my end, not your end. Yes, so, okay, I've just totally lost what I was just talking about. So we'll just start again. Welcome, everyone, to the live chat. Our fortnightly live chat. Yes, I advertise it on Instagram and Facebook. It's all coming back. And, did you see the notification? Did you get a notification? Did Facebook or Instagram even care that I went live to tell you about this live chat? Probably not. So everybody can hear me and see me. Yes, Pemby, you were early. I logged into this chat, I think it was about 15 minutes before we started. And you were there. I don't know what time you... Oh, hang on, it tells me here. So you were half an hour early. Well done. Yeah. You were actually too early. Yeah, so it was half an hour after you thought. But that's okay. Kelly C, hello. It's been a while since I've been here in the live chat. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming in and making some time for joining us all. Morning, everybody. Morning, Wampa and Sally, Kathy. Awesome to have you here. So, so housekeeping. Make sure you've got it set to live chat on your chat. If you set it to top chat, it'll just show you what YouTube thinks you want to hear or see, and it may not be what you want to see. So make sure you've got it done to live chat. Give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Helps the algorithm. Chat away in the chat box. What's in your cup today? As usual, I have my water, and I did not fill it up before the live chat. That's from yesterday, so I need to, get on top of that. But that will last me for the live chat, hopefully, because that's all I've got. I don't have any cup of tea or anything. I'm a bit slack. Totally forgot to tell you the truth, but that doesn't matter. So I've got water in mine. Oh, Arlene got a notification. Awesome. Excellent. So at least one person got a notification. People have got coffee. I love the smell of coffee, but I just don't like the flavor. I think that's weird that you can love the smell of something and not actually like the flavor of it. I don't know. It's weird. Yep, no water in the live chat. That is sad. It totally is, because I'm probably going to need it. So I might have to do a mad dash and get a drink. But we'll see how we go. Oh, caramel coffee today and a nomming on a blueberry muffin for breakfast. Jealous. I had a banana for breakfast. That was all I had. Sometimes I just get sick of eating cereal or toast. Sometimes I have yogurt and fruit. But I was like, I just want to have something really quick and easy. No washing up. It's in its own container. You just chuck it in the compost. Claire Noble, hello, welcome. Yes, love the smell, don't like the taste of the coffee. Isn't it weird? I don't know why that is. Hey, Amelia, thanks for joining. Teresa, I subscribed yesterday and you got a notification. Well, YouTube is doing its job. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Teresa, for your subscription. Really appreciate that. Are you new to crochet? Have you just found my videos? I have been teaching on YouTube for 13 years. Oh, Nancy's making the easy mosaic blanket. Thank you, and loving it. Thank you so much. So what's in your cup leads me to tell you about, I just signed up to, I call it Ko-fi, coffee. And Chantelle called it something else. I'm sure it's got all different names, but I'm going to just say coffee, because I have no idea. And basically all it is you can buy me a cuppa. And as we've just discussed, it won't be coffee, it will be tea. Oh, I love chai. Does anybody else like chai? I love chai. And my local cafe makes the best chai. I'm sorry. Every other cafe that I've been to, it's not the same. There's so many different variations. So you could go into, I'm going to call it Ko-fi. We're going to run with that. You can go to Ko-fi and you can buy me a cuppa. It's $5 Australian. I'm not sure what that works out US, but it's not very much. It's not very much at all. And so what I'm saving for with my Ko-fi account is I'm saving for a new webcam, because this webcam that I'm talking to you right now is my webcam that's built into my computer. Today it looks really good. It doesn't look blurry. Huh. Is it fuzzy on your end? Because my end looks pretty good for once. Normally it's a bit fuzzy. But yeah, so I'm going to save for a new... It's the lighting. Really? Is that all it needed to be adjusted? And the light that I've used, that's over there and you can't see it, it was free. A friend gave it to me. And it's a really good light, actually. It all like folds up and goes really small. Anyway, so I'm saving for a new webcam and another light, because I have, you can't see it, but I have a light up here. It is so true. You have been saying that forever. And I've finally got my act into gear. So there's a light here. You can't see it. It's off camera. And I can't pull it over because it'll fall over. And there's one over there. But I really want another light, because actually when I'm filming, I do need another light. I did have two. One of them broke. It just wouldn't turn on anymore. I don't know what happened. I've had it for quite a while. So, you know, it did its job. So I'm saving for another light and a webcam, and then the light needs a stand, and so does the webcam need a stand. So 2 stands, a webcam, and a light. So my Ko-fi account is what is that's going to be for. Huge thank you for everyone that's already gone over there and made a donation. I think I've had like 6 people or something already. It's literally only just gone live the day that the crochet tutorial went live, which is right here, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So it's been, I don't know, it goes live on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. 3 days. Anyway, that's enough about that. So if you'd like to support me over there, it's a one-off thing. You don't need to keep donating like monthly or anything. It's a one-off thing. So I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much if you make a donation. So that's everything that I've got written down. What is on your crochet hook? I would love to know. My comments aren't scrolling because I've got the wrong button pressed. A smidge fuzzy, as you call it, on my screen. Yeah. It doesn't, Chantelle. Our gear does not last forever. I've been pretty lucky, but yeah, it doesn't last forever. And it gets outdated really quick. Really quick. So it's Tuesday. I can't click on any comments to bring them on the screen. But it's Tuesday where... I'm going to say Xenia. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly. It is Wednesday here. It is Wednesday morning, just after 10 a.m. Claire Noble says, how do you donate? Is there a link? Sorry, not heard about that before. Chantelle, could you throw the link in again for Claire? That would be awesome. Leanne, you can't compare Claire's to mine. Hang on, what did Leanne say? Yeah, Chantelle has all the gadgets and I do not. But that's okay. We make things work, don't we? So, if you haven't seen this, where have you been? I have a new tutorial out, and this is my coffee mug rug, whatever you want to call it. Do Americans not use the word mug? Like if you're having a cup of coffee, a mug of coffee, do Americans not use that word? Because I had someone comment, I'm not sure where they were from, Oh, yes, I got it right. Thank you, Zena. Zinnia. I got a question saying, what's a mug? And I was like, what do you mean, what's a mug? So I don't know what country they were from. I'm going to guess America. Do you use that word? I don't know. Knit, Pearl, and Squirrel. Welcome, Granny D. Thompson. Hey, Seta, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your coffee support. That was awesome. I say mug. Okay, so Seta says mug. Does anybody else call it a mug? Anyway, so this is my mug rug. It was a sample for the new tutorial that is out, which is my easy mosaic blanket. This is as far as I have got with mine. This is when a good webcam that I'm saving up for is going to come in handy, because those colors on my end are very washed out. They are not washed out. They are quite bright, actually. This is the back. The back looks so cool too. Kathy Bry says mug as well. Well, it's good to know. There you go. USA does use the expression mug. Huh. Maybe that lady was from somewhere else. Oh. Yes, all the American fans are jumping in. It's awesome, Haley Ann. Thank you so much. So yeah, this is the new tutorial. As you can see, I need to sew my ends on that end. This end I use the, there's a couple there I forgot. But this end I used the sewing in technique, which was also a new tutorial. Hang on a minute. My watch is beeping and that's distracting me. Let's get rid of that. So have you seen the new tutorial? I would like to know. I would like to know if YouTube is sending out notifications and doing its job properly. So I absolutely love this. It's so squishy, like squish. So cool. Love it. So this is going to be my, like, if you've got a scrap project that you just have in the background and you always work on it, that is what this is going to be. This is going to be that project. So I have so many. This is all hand-dyed yarn. Chantelle's yarn is in here. Fiber Lily, another Australian dyer. There's all sorts in there. So this is going to be, my voice is going already. This is going to be my scrap project where it's going to be a project that goes forever. It's literally going to take me probably at least 2 years to finish it. Yes, Chantelle, it is a mindless project. It's a mug in the UK. Okay, maybe that lady had just never used the word mug. Morning, Dye. Yep, love the tutorial. Made one straight away. That border was very tricky. Really? What part did you find tricky? Did you find the slip stitching part tricky? I absolutely loved the border. We used the border from, I'm going to call her Tina because I'm Australian and that's what we do. But Tina, who is from, I think it's Iceland, and she uses this border. So I did not sew in any ends on this project. There are ends galore, but you cannot see them. She uses this wonderful method in the Queen blanket, which is one of her designs, and all the edges are, all the ends are captured within this border. So yeah. Yes. Yep. Hard to get into the stitch, but easier on the front. Yes, totally agree. But once you get it, it is absolutely fantastic. No sewing in ends. What? Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Because I'm not a fan of sewing in ends. So yes, Dai put her sample up. I think it was on Facebook. I thought it was Instagram. I must have been half asleep when I did it, and I shared it so Leanne would have seen your sample, because I think did I share it on Facebook? I don't even know. Whatever it was really pretty. Waiting for watch the tutorial yesterday. Single bed one is on my to-do list. Oh gosh, that would look so nice. They look great, like in any size. You could make that square if you wanted to. I make them rectangle. I like my mug rug or my cup rug to be rectangle. Don't know why. That's what I do. You can make it square. You can make it smaller. I just made it big enough so that you could actually see something in the tutorial. Leanne saying she was afraid of the border, but once I watched the tutorial, I love it. I just loved it. Leanne, have you made a queen? I know you've crocheted one, but have you finished one? So you've done the whole border? Oh, it was Instagram. Was that Instagram? See, told you I was half asleep. So as you can see here, we have, I'll show you that project in a sec. As you can see here on the chat, we have Leanne. There was other people, Wamford, Chantelle, Kathy. I know there's more, but I'm going to have to scroll way too far. They have all got highlighted names, and they've also got a little, I think it's a star on Facebook. On YouTube, they've got a little star next to their name. What that means is they are members of the channel. My voice is gone already. What? It's only 20 minutes in. Chantelle, how did you do 6 hours of talking? I don't know. I've totally got lost. Oh, my head, my brain. I was up really late last night. It's totally gone. Come on, someone remind me what I was talking about. Oh, dear. Chantelle had plenty of hot water, honey, and licorice root tea. Yum. Thank you.
I was like, I'm just going to jump in and save you. You were talking about channel members.
Oh,
it was the people with our little icons, and you were discussing channel members. You really are sleepy today, aren't you?
Yes, and I have a very bad memory. My video tutorials are edited. You don't get that in my video.
I believe you. I believe you. I've got a question here. Everyone in the chat, are you all right if I man the helm for 1 minute while Claire runs and gets herself a drink of water? Because I think she desperately needs it. Are you guys all right with that in the chat?
My brain is dehydrated.
Yeah. Go and get a drink, Claire. Go and get a drink. That's the secret to live streaming, is plenty of liquids. Claire was asking before how I did 6 hours. So last weekend was the Big Wool Show here in Australia. And it's 2 6-hour live streams. And so you can go and check that out on the Big Wool Show channel. I'm sure Claire's fine if I plug that. So basically for 6 hours straight, except for a little break in the middle where we had a fantastic panel, I interviewed people for 6 hours, and you just need water. I had hot water and honey and licorice root tea with honey in it. It just, the things you just got to have, you've got to be beveraged. That's it. That's the secret. Claire's back. All right. I'll leave you to it, Claire.
Thank you.
Don't forget channel members. That's what you were talking about. Channel members.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm wearing my old daggy tracksuit pants, which I didn't think anyone was going to see. It's like news reporters where they wear, like, business up top, party down the bottom, and they're wearing like shorts in summer. Anyway, channel members. Thank you. Thank you, Leanne. I'm pretty sure Leanne reminded me too. We love the unedited Claire. Leanne, you're crazy. Yes, I edit out all the blank moments, and there's quite a few. The longer I teach, the more it goes. So channel members, as you can see, people's names are highlighted. They've got a little icon next to their name. And if you want to find out more about channel members, there is a link, or not a link, like it'll have a join thingy that you can click down here, and it'll tell you all the information that you need. So what you get as a channel member, obviously, you get a highlighted, is it here when I'm pointing? Am I pointing in the right direction? You have a highlighted name. You get the little thingy-majig next to your name. Also, too, you get one free super chat a month. So if you are a member, check down the bottom of your chat. I think it's a little, what do you call it? $, click on that, and if you've got a free one, it'll tell you. If you don't, then it won't, obviously. So you get highlighted chats, you get priority response to comments. So if you leave a comment on like a tutorial and you leave a comment there or a question, it will come into a section in the back office of YouTube, and it will be it'll be priority. So I can reply to that really quick. Yeah, and there's lots of other little things, but everything you need. You'll get a community tab so we can talk behind the scenes where nobody else can see. Anything else, click down here. There's a join button, and it will tell you what you need to know. So yes, so thank you to all my members that support this channel. I really, really appreciate it. You help pay the bills that go with running a YouTube channel. You know, things like electricity, obviously lights, electricity, upgrades to equipment, internet bills, blah, 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 blah. There's so many things that go into running a YouTube channel. And can I just say that I am so happy to be back. It has been almost 12 months since I made a tutorial. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. First of all, it's computer problems because the old computer decided, nope, had enough, see you later. And it has finally been taken to the tip. It lived under this table for a little while, but if you've been here a while, you'll notice it's not there anymore in that gap. Game of Winners! Woo! New member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. So the computer bit the dust, so that was gone. Had to save up for that because, as we all know, new computers are not cheap. So yeah, and I've got the most amazing setup now. My husband helped me get a really cool setup, and thank you to Chantelle. I know you're watching. I know you're watching. Thank you to her for all her help to get the right equipment to set up to run YouTube's, do video tutorials and editing and stuff. So we've got a good setup now. And then I had the most amazing setup, and I struggled with motivation. And I was like, well, I don't want to make videos. I just was not feeling it, but I knew it would probably come back, and it was out of routine as well. So I'd walk past the office door and not even think, oh, I should really be in there doing a tutorial. So yeah, we're back, and we have tutorials out. Like I've got my blanket tutorial. There's another tutorial. I filmed another one, so that just needs to be edited hopefully today, but if not tomorrow, because it has been so windy here. I'm like Grandpa Simpson that just goes on tangents, but it has been so windy here and wet. I've never seen Australia where I live so wet. It is shocking. Our paddocks are just like mush, but it's been so windy as well the last 3 days. It's windy outside now. It's sunny at least. Try and dry that ground out a bit. And a tree fell down, so not a very big tree, but a tree fell down. So this afternoon, got to get onto that and get it fixed. Didn't damage anything, so that's okay. But got to get into fixing that tree up. And it wasn't very happy anyway, so at least it happened to a tree that wasn't very happy. And maybe that's why it happened. Maybe it was weak. So, oh, Christmas Eve project. I'm missing all the comments because I'm too busy chatting. Oh, Chantelle's saying, so happy to see you, happy about being back. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everyone's support. Yeah, Vicky, it has been that long. I think my last tutorial was the Christmas Eve crochet party. I'm pretty sure that was one of my last tutorials. If it wasn't, it was definitely around then, which is around Christmas, which is now. So yeah, crazy. Oh, Leanne's missed you. We have missed you, but so understand life happens too. It so does. Yep, computers are lots of dollars. Hey, Tia. Hi, Claire. Everyone from Massachusetts. Thank you for joining. My in-house tech support husband has offered to upgrade my computer. This means he wants to upgrade his computer and I get the remnants. But at least you get a new computer. That's awesome. Seta, it is so good to see your name pop up in these live chats. And thank you. Thank you for you're happy I'm back. So Christmas Eve project. Yes, I have some news on that. It's cold. People are cold. It's cold. We have not. It's supposed to be summer on the 1st of December, which. So it's like the 23rd now. What's that? A week away. I'm in a jumper. I should be in a t-shirt. And I'm not only in a jumper, I'm in a long sleeve top and a singlet, long socks and tracksuit pants. I should be in at least a t-shirt. Hang on, I've got myself in knots here. So I've got a new project coming up. This is going to be for the Christmas Eve crochet party. So if you're watching this live, you're getting an insider behind the scenes view. So for the project, that there is bright red. It's coming up orange. For the project, we're going to need 3 granny squares. Now, if you're sick of looking at the granny stitch, that's okay, because you can use any granny square that you like. Any. It is going to work. One thing I will say, though, is it's going to be a wearable, so you will need to have drape to it. So this is a double knit yarn, so it's an 8-ply if you're Australian, double knit in the UK, or if you're American or Canadian over that part of the world, it is a number 3 weight yarn. Normally recommends a 4mm, which is around about a size G crochet hook. But I am using a 6mm, which is I think it's a J size crochet hook. So as you can see, I'm using a crochet hook that is 4 sizes bigger than what is recommended. So you just need to use a crochet hook that will give you drape. Because it's a wearable, I would normally use a 3.5 and I'm using a 6. So you want something that's going to be like loose and like squishy. So I'm just using the traditional granny square because it's easy for me. I don't have to concentrate. That's my type of crochet. Does anybody else like crochet that is absolutely mindless and you don't have to think about it? Granny square, imagine that. Vicky, you've been watching a very long time. Yes, I do love excuse me. I do love the granny stitch. But you don't have to use the granny stitch. You can use any square. So if I saw a square the other day, I don't know what it was called. Can't remember, but it was absolutely beautiful. So if you've got a square that you love and you want to change it into a wearable, it's going to be a poncho. So if you want to change it into a poncho, then you can use this project. So if you've never heard of the the Christmas crochet party, what it is each Christmas, or if you don't even believe in Christmas, then it's each 25th of December. We start, Christmas Eve. That is not Christmas Eve. 24th of December. Get with the program. The 24th of December. What the idea is that we all pick up our crochet, and I know that Christmas Eve can be, or the 24th of December, can be very crazy for some families, but all you need to do is pick up your crochet hook and just do a couple of stitches. And what it is it's a way for the crochet community that watch this video to come together and all make the same project. Now, if you don't want to make the project that I'm doing, that's okay. You can choose another project, but it's going to be one of my videos to qualify for the Christmas Eve crochet party. yeah, so you just pick it up and you think about other crocheters and you think about, what crochet has brought to your life over the last year. And you all get together. Yeah, 3 squares you'll need, die. 3 squares. So it's about coming together as a crochet community all on the same day. And I know time zones is going to throw everybody out, so it won't be the exact time for everybody, but it will be Christmas Eve or the 24th where you are, and just pick up your crochet hook. Even if you just do the first round, it doesn't matter. And it's really fun. It has a lot of people go join in with it, and a lot of people say that they're usually at home by themselves and they don't have any family that comes around on the 24th of December. So and I did not add a chain in there. So it's really good to feel like you're part of a family. It's our crochet family. So lots of people love it. I love it. For me, I have to start, obviously it's not the 24th of December, and I need to start this project early so that you can see what the project is. So yeah, that's what it is. I think that's all I can tell you about. I'm sure if anybody else has joined in before. Has anybody else joined in the Christmas Eve crochet party? I know Leanne has, and I'm sure there's others of you that have too. See, this is why I love traditional granny squares. Hydrate everybody, because they're so easy and mindless. Gamer Widows loves knit socks for mindless craft. Yeah, just going around in circles. I could totally understand that. Got a frog in my throat today. I haven't even really been talking. So I think that's all my news I have this week. Well, this fortnight. Can't find the link to join. There is no link to join yet because I have not made the tutorial. Here's the tutorial right here. So there isn't a link for that yet. It usually comes out around about a week before Christmas. When's Christmas this year? Is it? I think it's on the weekend. Let's have a look. 24th is a Saturday, and that's normally when I release my videos, the Sunday morning, very early Sunday morning. So we'll release it the week before. So it literally will be a week before. So what that does is it gives you time to look at the video, see what supplies you need, and if you need to, you can go shopping. But the idea of it is to use up all the leftover bits. So I would say half the yarn that I'm using is partial skeins or balls. So I'm using Stylecraft Special DK. I have quite a bit of this in my stash. I really like it. This is an English yarn, and I do buy it from an English website. I personally like it. It's an acrylic. It's lovely and soft. It's a pretty good price. So yeah, that's why I get it. It comes in lots of colors. I've got a big stash of it. I haven't bought any for quite a long time. So I'm just trying to use up my stash. I am trying to be a good girl and not make purchases. Melissa says, could we see the mosaic scarf beside you? I saw the video yesterday and it looked easy to make. I can't wait to try it. Yeah, sure you can. So you can make anything from a mug rug. You can make it. Anybody with long hair, does your hair get everywhere? That's the mug rug. And that's with the border that I used on my edging. You can change it if you want. That's totally fine. And so far, this pretty much is a scarf or a wrap. It's a little short. What have I done? Help. I am not a fashion model. So it's a little short for a scarf. But if you wanted to just like shove it in your jacket because you're cold, it would probably totally work. It's a bit short for a wrap. But yeah, this is my blanket. I just wanted another lap size blanket. I do not have enough dedication to make a big blanket. So this is my, it's just scraps, literally just pick colors up out of the basket as I went. So one end, there are hardly any ends because it uses that new tutorial I've just put out, I think a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, to the sewing end trick that I've kind of did by mistake. And then that end has lots of ends. But with this blanket, I'll be using that, which has all the ends not sewn in. They are captured in this amazing border tutorial, which is from Tina, and she's from Iceland. She's the queen of Mosaic Crochet. It has that amazing border. She has a very, very good tutorial. I even watched the tutorial to do the border because I had no idea. And speaking of big blankets, which I cannot commit to, Chantelle, if you don't know Chantelle has a lovely crafty chat channel called Fiberific. You can see it. It's disappeared just there on the end of her username. There we go. Called Fiberific. This is Chantelle's YouTube channel name. Every Thursday, which is tomorrow, so same time as mine, but tomorrow, and she's just finished her queen blanket. OMG. I totally missed that video. I need to go and rewatch the replay. And she's saying that big blankets are life-consuming, at least for me. Yes, but you totally committed to that. And I actually enjoyed. So you can make a blanket and make it really quick if you're one of those people, which I am not. But I really enjoyed Chantelle's blanket every single live chat. It was like tuning in going, ooh, what's she up to now? How many rows has she done? I really enjoyed that. But it's finished. It's like, what do I do with my life now? Chantelle, do you feel like that too? Yes.
I'll just jump in.
Oh, here we
Sorry.
go. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna type something out, and I was just like, oh, just jump in. I hope Claire doesn't mind. It is a bit like that. It's a bit like, what do I do now? Like, I finished midway through the stream last week, was not prepared. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to work on? Like, it's been like the thing. I've been making this blanket now. I started it 2 years ago, but it did go in the naughty corner for 6 months because it was too hot to work on. And then I was like, right. No, I can't do that. And with some like support from my community over at Fiberific, I kept plugging along and realized, okay, this is going to take 11 billion years if I just do 2 to 3 rows every live stream, because it was 350 rows. And
oh, really?
It was like 12 months worth of live streams with the occasional something else intermingled, bit of spinning here and there, whatever. And
that's a lot.
Towards the end, I started getting like really excited and realized like I'd finished the live stream and then I would just sit here and just keep working. Like I'd just like, oh, I'm nearly finished a color. Yeah. And I ended up knocking over the last 3 colors in a week. Instead of it taking, because that was like 30 rows or something in a week and a half or so. Yeah. And then I managed 1 week. I got the last stitch of the Mosaic crochet done. So that was not last week, but the week before. So we had like a little mini celebration for that. And then I was expecting the border to take me a really long time because it's that same border that you're using. So that double border on a queen size blanket. So my blanket measured without the border, it was 2.2 meters wide by that's why the rows took so long, Claire. It was 2.2 meters wide and ended up being like over 6 feet long. So nearly because like I would put my hands in the air and it was still pulled on the floor. Like it was it's huge. And when I've once I did all the borders and everything, I've laid it on the bed. There's a photo over it on my community tab if you want to check that out. And there's actually a few photos over on Instagram if you want to see it there. The cat moved in. I hadn't even laid it out and the cat moved in. And so I had to have big discussions about, get the hell off my blanket. And he just looked at me like, no, and then rolled around on it.
Isn't this for me? Didn't you just crochet your fingers away from me?
Like, I know you don't have a cat, Claire, but does anyone in the chat have a cat? And anytime they try to block anything, the cat's like, oh, you have laid something damp and woolly out. I shall lay upon it and put my fluffs everywhere. It's very frustrating. But yeah, now I'm like, what am I going to work on for this week's live stream? Like, I don't have any approvals. Like, I don't work on a project unless I have a designer's approval. And I've sent out a few requests, but they take time to come back. And I haven't got anything back yet. So I'm just like, oh my God, what are we going to work on?
Leanne's saying she cried when you finished. It says, and that last stitch, I cried.
Yeah.
With excitement.
I nearly cried. I was just like, oh, this is the end. And wove it in, and I'm like, that's it. Because it was such an epic thing. But yeah, so now I have no idea what I'm going to work on tomorrow. I've got zero ideas. Yeah. Have you got an idea, Claire? Have you got a suggestion for me?
You should make a Mosaic blanket.
I'm like, how much DK do I have floating around? I don't have tons of DK.
You can make it whatever. Wouldn't matter.
You reckon I could do it in 4-ply? I've got.
If you're that crazy.
Yeah.
Just hold two 4-plies together and you'll get an 8-ply.
Yeah, you be quiet. I'm going to let you do your stream thing because I keep jumping in today because sometimes it's just easier to jump in. Yeah, this is perfect. This is it. Chandra says it's like finishing a great book and missing the characters.
Yeah. It becomes
that is now no longer in your life in the day-to-day.
That is a great way to explain it.
Yeah, Didai's asking, did you do the border idea? Which border idea, Didai? Just out of curiosity. What I ended up doing, because we were running out of yarn, okay? So that was the other concern. Right. So on the back, instead of doing, because my border was going to be in the dark purple, I did the back in the leftovers of the other colors that I could leave what dark purple I had left for the front.
Yes.
And then so I did the front 3 rows in the dark purple and the slip stitching in the dark purple. Turned out I totally could have done at least the last round in the purple on the back. And I would say that if that's where you're at, like trying to use up your yarn, try and use that color, because having the slip stitch joins coming through in your color is really obvious, to the point where I nearly pulled it out. Like I was like, do I really? And then I was like, no, I'm done.
That pink is my slip stitch.
Yeah. Well, see, but that's different. That's your slip stitch join on the inside. I did that in yellow on mine. Yeah. Imagine having done that and it's showing through on a different color on the back.
Right.
Yeah. So I've got like this line of purple going through all the colors on the back. But I love the framing imagery on the front with the pink. I think that looks amazing. I did mine with yellow. I chose the pink because it stuck out for the tutorial. Yeah. Then I was like, I actually really like that. And this is the thing that Tina says in her tutorial, is that it is it's definitely one of those things where you can either go with the same color that you're going with your border so it blends in better, but it also makes it a little trickier to work into if that is your main color in the blanket as well. Yes. So doing those slip stitches in something that the majority of your blanket is not in makes working into the slip stitches so much easier. Yeah. I'm really glad I went with the yellow. Now, I did have that big section of yellow in the middle that meant that was a bit trickier through that middle section on both ends. But other than that, definitely glad that I went with the bright color. And it looks amazing creating that border around.
It does, yeah. Yeah.
I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with it. But now I don't know what to do with my life.
And the queen is a pretty epic pattern.
Yeah, and I did the traditional queen. So it was there were 3 options for difficulty.
Yeah.
So there was I'm not sure what the basic queen, simple queen, traditional queen, and the adventurous queen. And
Wow.
I went with the traditional queen, which is kind of hilarious because it was actually my very first Mosaic project ever. So I went with a queen-sized blanket, like
Yeah. You jumped in.
like to the point where it wasn't going to fit. Like I did some mathing and it wasn't going to fit on my bed how I wanted it. So I added extra repeats. I used bigger yarn. So because the pattern's written for DK and I used worsted yarn. And then I actually added in 2 additional repeats so I could get a bit more length.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like my blankets to go over the sides of the bed a little.
Yeah, same.
And so yeah, it was definitely, it was I probably should have thought about that a bit more. Like, oh yeah, let's make this the biggest project you've ever made. Ever.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks so good. The photos of it on your bed it's just, and I've seen it in real life.
Yeah.
The camera and photos just don't do it justice.
They really don't. That was just my phone. I just used my phone in my bedroom. I was just like, and my bedroom's really small, so like trying to get it, like I'm standing on a little stool in the corner, like trying to get it. It was hilarious. The cat's just looking at me, the dog's staring at me, like, what are you doing? But you gotta have the photo, right? You've got to have the photo at the end.
Oh, of course.
So,
and like that's a big thing to take a photo of.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Yeah, Emma's saying the Game Widows, it was a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes, definitely. So true. So true. And I love how Chandra described that, like just being like amazing characters. In a book that you finished. So, and night, you do, Claire. Like you close the book and you kind of just like, oh, that's over.
Yeah, now what?
Yeah, and that's exactly where I'm at. I've been like that for a week now. Now I am working on a project, which I'm loving, but I don't have permission from the designer to use it in a live stream. So I don't teach the techniques or anything like that. I just work on it on camera.
Yeah.
But I will not do it without their permission as well. I'll protect their IP.
It's a form of kind of breaching copyright because
technically it is, yeah. Even if it's a free pattern. Even if it's a free pattern, unless you have explicit permission,
you're reproducing.
Exactly right. And because I'm producing it on camera, which is recordable and people can see it, and if they really, 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 really wanted to, they could watch what I'm doing and do it from the imagery. And even though I'm very cautious to try and never put the pattern in shot or describe what I'm doing to any sort of real clarification.
Because it takes me, I would say it would take me a week of work, probably longer actually, depending on how complicated the pattern is. But I would say a solid week, like I'm talking 7 days, not 5, of work to get a pattern tutorial out. So something like the Queen, it must be months of.
Oh, it has to be.
Crocheting, no, that doesn't work. Do it again. Yeah.
And then like especially with the Queen, there were 3 pattern options.
Wow.
And then there was size options, and then there was horizontal versus vertical options. There was just so many variations to make it your own.
Yeah. And she's got little like mini tutorials to go with it.
The tutorials are phenomenal. Like I'm not bagging you at all, Claire, but her tutorials are insane. Like she'll do like they're just crazy, insane every single step of the way tutorials. Which like I think is, especially for a project that just for me it was so technically new. I was just like, oh, thank God. Okay, like just sit here with YouTube, press pause, try it. Oh man, okay, rewind. Like click that 10-second back button. Click that 10-second back button. And I love that about your tutorials as well. Like I was watching your new tutorial, and it's the same. It's absolutely the same. Like that you can just immerse yourself in it and learn from it and hit that 10-second back button when you need it, and just Yeah. Dido's saying her tutorials are very long. They are very long, but it's because she does show everything. And
she does, yeah.
She doesn't. She's not. How do I put this? She's not making it for YouTube as such. She's making it for you.
Yes. Yep. And that's
so.
And like,
you know, you think about how many hours it's taking to design it, how many hours it takes to record it. She barely edits it, and I reckon that's a time-saving thing, because it's somewhere the time has to be saved. She has to save some, because she's always on to the
editing
next project.
Is the longest,
mind-numbing
part of it, because you're like, oh, just heard myself say
that same sentence like 19 times.
Yeah, and you're like, oh.
Do I sound like that?
Yeah.
It's I can't wait for your Christmas Eve cast on party, and I want my shopping. I'm like, shopping list. Bring me the shopping list.
Thank you.
It's because like I don't know about everybody else in the chat. Christmas here is normally pretty chaotic. Usually we have 30 to 40 people come over. I'm catering for everybody, but I've got really busted legs, right? My legs hate me, and I've got busted knees, and they swell and they go all evil, and they're like, ha ha ha, you cannot stand anymore. So having something where I can just be like, shh, I'm working on something, and just sit and crochet just for a little bit of time like this, like it's for me, because they usually come out on Christmas Eve US time. So for me, it's Christmas night, and that I normally get a time to sit down and just be like, okay, everyone's gone. The chaos is over. Read up. So I'm really, really looking forward to your Christmas Eve cast on. But like, I've just finished an enormous mosaic, and I keep looking at yours, and I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally do that.
This would be so easy for you to do.
Yeah.
Because you've just done the most amazing other blanket.
Yeah. But I just don't think I'm ready to commit to another mosaic yet.
No sewing in ends.
I know, that's the thing, isn't it? And that's, oh man. Did you see the little, I've just totally hijacked your stream, sorry. Did you see the little clip I did of like cutting the yarn? Like to trim it to put in. To me, that felt so wrong.
Yes. Yeah. It's like
knotted it all up, and everything's all knotted up, and it's all secure, and you know you're going to encase it. But cutting the ends so that they were like 1.5 inches long, I'm like,
how am I going to sew that in?
Yeah, my brain just was like, this is wrong. Like, I'm snip. This is wrong. What are you doing? Someone thumbs down it, and I'm like, I'm convinced they thumbs down it because it was wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. You can't cut the ends. What are you going to just leave it there? Oh my gosh.
We've got some questions over on the chat.
Okay. Yep.
Claire's gone. I don't know if you're still here, Claire, but thank you so much for joining us. Claire is in the UK, so I know it's quite late for her.
Oh, yeah. Crazy time for
her. Apparently, I have to do a tutorial a video like Tina's Havana blanket, where she's running down the beach or through her village, etc., with the music.
Oh my gosh!
If I did that in my village, I'd probably get called the village crazy lady.
And the beaches, so I can throw it up.
The beach isn't too far away. It's probably an hour and a half. I could run through the cow paddocks. Is that the same?
Yes, you should totally run through the cow paddocks. For sure.
At the moment, I can't because the grass is waist high. I wouldn't be able to actually run through it.
Well, what you need to do is stand there on a really windy day with the grass blowing against you with your blanket flapping in the breeze.
Oh, that's easy. Where I live, it's always windy, especially today. With a cow behind me.
Oh my gosh, cows are not friendly to have in video. I'm going to jump off and let you, like, these questions are all for you. So I'm going to jump off and stop hijacking your stream.
And Gaming Widows has got a question for you too.
Oh, sorry. Game Widows. Could you do... can you do what to do when you get your spinning wheel, like how to set it up and adjust it? Yes and no. Like, I probably won't, not tomorrow, but because quite often the spinning wheels are a little bit flat packed. So you've quite often got to do a little bit of building, and I'm not going to pull my wheel apart. I'm sorry. I love you guys and everything, but I'm happy with how my wheel is, so I don't want to pull it apart.
I love you, but not that much.
Yeah. That's is that how that came across? Because that's exactly what I mean. But I mean, as far as I could spin, I'm still got to finish off that bat that I dizzed. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna jump away.
Cool. And Lulu, I don't know if you're still there, but thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate that. It's great to have you in the chat, as always. What else have we got? We were too busy chatting, and Dido saying her tutorials are very long. They are, but they're so detailed, which for some viewers is what you need. Yeah, I totally agree. Vicky Lee saying I did Tina. Is it Amma cow? I'm going to go with that. Blanket, it was fun. That was the first time using wool yarn. Oh, I haven't seen that one. Is that one got squares in it? Leanne's asking how she enjoyed it. Game Widows, Christmas Eve is the annual sibling argument over the pudding with potential combat with wooden spoons. My brother and I look forward to it every year. Oh, that's hilarious. Vicky says yes, but it was long. I wouldn't do it again. Lots of detail. So the same Aussie version. Dido, around your farm while the cows chase you. They don't chase. Well, they don't chase me as in I'm going to get you. But if I go up to them and call them, they will come running at me. But they do stop. Like, they don't literally chase me. They just stop, stand there, stare at you and go, so have you got any snacks? Like, aren't you the snack lady? They're adorable. They're so cute. But we can't get to them at the moment. Where I live, we have snakes, and we have tiger snakes, which are extremely venomous, whatever that word. And we live half an hour from the hospital. So where they are at the moment, there's extremely long grass between us and them. They don't have long grass because they eat it. They eat it all down. And also too, with all the rain, I can't get a four-wheeler up there because the ground is so soggy. I have to go sort of where our dam overflows is where we've got to drive, and we can't get the four-wheeler through because it will get bogged. And if I'm not on the four-wheeler, I'm on foot, which means I'm in the grass where the snakes are. So I don't even know why I was telling you that. It was probably way too much information. But we are up to a new colour because I have done all my reds. So my next colour, I'm going rainbow if you hadn't guessed. Red. So pink. Oh, pink is next. Look at that. That is not showing up on my computer. That looks like a really weird coral colour. That is super bright pink. Oh gosh, like a bright lipstick pink. It's the easiest way to describe that. Yep, not loving this bit. What's going on? Yarn vomit everywhere. This ball is like falling apart. Do you pull from the inside of your yarn ball or the outside? I would love to know in the comments. I generally go from the inside if I know it's a brand of yarn that will let me do that, because some do not. Especially, I don't even know if they make it anymore, but Red Heart Unforgettable, really pretty yarn, beautiful long color changes, super soft. I think it's an acrylic. It's one of them sort of fuzzy yarns, so if you've got to frog it, it's a bit of a pain. Well, but that thing cannot be pulled from the inside. I've tried it many times, and many times I've just ended up with a huge knot. Come on, yarn, play nice. Yeah, does not work. Inside, oh, we've got insiders. Yeah, Sally's very true. Depends on the yarn. Death noodles. Is that what Chantelle calls it? Oh, that's funny. Totally relate. These totally death noodles. Depends on how often I'm moving the project, jostling the ball. Yeah, that is very, very true. That would be something that would definitely depend on what you're doing. We have a new super organized Chantelle. Her latest project is nicely sorted in a cube box. Oh, we have a new super organized Chantelle. Right, I'm with you now. It's in a cube box. Well done. And now it won't even pull from the middle. Ah. What do you call that, Chantelle? Death yarn ball. Oh, it's just getting worse. Oh, if you got to laugh, I was bloody cry over it. Anyway, so it's time to join a new color. This is my beautiful hot pink. It is so pretty, but it is 11 o'clock, and you know what time that means? It means it's time to say goodbye until next fortnight. So thank you so much for joining us here on the live chat, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks' time. And hopefully before that, I will have my other tutorial that I filmed. What day is it today? Wednesday. Possibly could have it out this weekend if I get my act together. We'll see how that goes. It's only a short tutorial, so hopefully I will. Thanks for joining, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Happy crochet. Bye.